to be that guy?
Just working and taking it every day, trying to get better every day, and I'm continue to do the same. Now, yeah, just continue to do the same.
For you personally, just what's this first few months been here like learning?
So, folks, we have Desai Jones on the goal line.
A lot. It's been ups and downs, a lot of work, and just getting familiar and comfortable. And it's just a great environment, being able to work with him and work with the teammates here.
I think one thing that stands out about you, I mean, just looking at the field, is your length. But it's not just length, it's having a big catch radius, right? There's a technical component to that.
Yeah.
How do you utilize, length as a receiver to have a big catch radius? How do you develop that?
I say try to know your body as best you can and know how to put your body in a position to win each play.
Yeah, talk into the mic, yeah.
All right.
So if you're making the plays that you're making right now, what allowed you to come in here and be this ready to play like this and make these plays? Or did you feel like you were ready to do this right away? And I guess what is it about your game that allows you to be a playmaker already at this level?
Well, there's been ups and downs, but it's mostly just trying to work and every day attack the save and trying to get better. And, yeah, that's pretty much it.
How did it feel to lose the black stripe?
Really good. It was a great accomplishment. Definitely a good thing, but I'm still more focused now on playing, getting better, and still competing.
Were you just on Saturday? You know what I mean? Did you feel special on Saturday? Because there were a couple of spectacular catches and extend and all of that. What was it like to have that kind of showing, I guess?
Good. It's good to make plays. It's a great feeling to make plays, and it's just the work that I put in, and just looking forward to continue to do that.
How much does it inspire you to see what Jeremiah did last year and to see that a freshman can come in and make a huge impact right away?
Well, it knows that I can do it and anybody can do it. It's just putting the work in and knowing that it's possible.
A lot of guys from New Jersey who've come in here had a lot of success at Ohio State. How do you feel like playing in New Jersey's helped prepare you for this moment at Ohio State?
Good. It's good competition. Definitely in that league that I played in at Bergen Catholic, we had a lot of competition, good work, and yeah, a lot of people from Jersey here as well, and they're really good as well.
Does it inspire you when you see what guys like whether it's Cody, Ronnie Hickman, whoever have done here?
Yeah, it's good knowing that people from Jersey where you lived are also doing really good. So it's a great thing.
What are you most excited about on Saturday and like the opportunity you have to be in that stadium for the first time in front of people? What are you most excited about?
I'm most excited just to be able to play in front of a lot of people, more people, and just play and get better, really.
In the form that you've been here, get a chance to learn by Jeremiah. What's something you've maybe picked up from him?
I'll say just the way, like the consistency that he has, and just consistency really everybody has here. And that's like the expectation here, is to have great consistency, not just do it one play, but every play.
Jeremiah said you already have that work ethic. I asked him if he felt obligated to kind of take you under his wing and show you the work ethic that he has. It's legendary, right? He said you already have it. You feel like you have the same similar work ethic to him?
Yeah, I feel like I have a really good work ethic, but I mean, you always want to add something, always try to get better, and I feel like that's the main goal at the end of the day.
Was your intent going into spring to establish yourself, or you know what I mean? Did you have sort of a goal in mind of spring in terms of making your name known?
Well, for me, really, my goal was just like tunnel head down, work, and just let my work ethic and my play just happen to see where I end up.
Parnell said that you were one of the hardest workers on the team. How much does it mean to have that vote of confidence from him and Jeremiah and those guys?
Good. And the work ethic is really just the mindset I came in with. And that's just like, I want to get better, and that's from the start. I want to just keep that going through.
Where do you think you have gotten better since spring practice started?
Personally, everything, but I would say routes and be able to move a little bit better.
Last couple of questions for Quincy, guys.
What or who instilled your work ethic in you?
I would say it started really as a kid, and then going into Bergen, that was kind of also the standard there. And then, of course, it's a standard here, of course. So it's just been through that and growing, and that's really what it came from.
Is there an expectation of being that kind of guy here now in this room, in this wide receiver room? Almost every one of you guys,
Yeah.
Walked into a room where everybody's working, right? I mean, what is that room like, I guess?
Yeah, it's definitely high expectation, hard work, and everybody's competing against each other, not just the defense or anybody. So it's a real competition, real room, and you really are competing against everybody there, and it's real work.
Quincy, when you
Last question.
recruited, you obviously knew the reputation of this room. How different is it knowing or hearing that reputation from guys who have been in here from Hartline as opposed to just when you get here and being a part of it? How different is that?
Oh yeah, you think you're gonna come in and it's gonna be easy, but it was not easy. You kind of finding your place, what to do, and you're learning, and then becoming your own.
Quincy, is it fair to be asking you questions about your freshman year and also mentioning Jeremiah Smith's freshman year, considering, like, is it fair to you for us to mention his freshman year when we're talking to you? Those are expectations that nobody should have.
Well, I don't really take anything personal. I mean, expectations, I'm just going to try to exceed all expectations, still play hard, and still work hard. Nothing changed with that.
Quincy, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Quincy.
It's been real good. Been here for 2-3 months, and we just been working every day, just trying to be the best we could be. And I just fell in love with the process, fell in love with being here.
What have been maybe the biggest challenges so far? What are maybe the biggest things you've enjoyed?
I just say the practice tempo, just being a Buckeye, like the practice here is very intense. So getting adjusted to it for sure was pretty difficult, but I feel like most of the guys, most of the freshmen have fit into it, and we're thriving now.
What was it that made you want to come here and be a Buckeye?
I just feel like Coach Hart, like, if he offers you a scholarship, like, you can't pass up the opportunity. He's sent so many guys to the league in the past years, first-round guys, past 4 or 5 years, and he's going to do it again this year with Emeka Egbuka, and he's just going to keep doing it as these years come. So I'm trying to be one of those guys.
What's been maybe the biggest transition for you, the biggest jump you've had to make from high school?
I say biggest jump, I'd probably say just tempo, and everything matters now. Landmarks, tempo, spacing, depth, everything matters. So I feel like instead of it being more free, everything matters.
How much have you grown kind of on those little things since the spring ball started a couple of weeks ago?
I've grown a lot for sure. I feel like everything, I've grown a lot. I feel like, how can you even explain it? It's just like, you don't want to be the guy making the mistakes, if that makes sense. So it forces you to grow.
Have you felt maybe some of those mental mistakes or physical mistakes kind of going down since the league first started?
For sure. Yes, sir.
When you talk about what you've learned from Coach Hartline since you got here, obviously you mentioned the recruiting process. It's a big deal for him to offer you. But as you go through spring practice, what have you learned from him, and is it kind of what you expected being coached by somebody?
Yes, sir, for sure. I feel like in the recruiting process, he kind of lets you know how he wants to coach you and stuff. And I feel like when you get here, it's a whole nother level. He's going to keep coaching you up. He's going to be hard on you. He's going to tell you what you're doing good. He's going to tell you what you're doing wrong. And he's just going to push you to be your best.
What kind of role do they have you playing? Is it, they have you moving all over?
Yes, moving all over. Yes, sir.
What was it like for you just getting to be here and see this team win a national championship in your first few weeks on campus?
It was crazy. I feel like I knew that they were going to do it from the beginning of the season. I feel like they always had the potential. And then they came out here, they did it. And the freshmen, we had an opportunity to sit there and watch it. So I feel like now we just got to do it again.
What did you learn from that, just watching them?
It's all hard work, and it's just a bunch of guys, and it's really a brotherhood, and it's really just our family versus their family, and we just got to persevere, and we got to win the games and get back to the natty.
Coach Hartline was saying that Carnell and Brandon have really been leaders in the room so far.
For sure.
How have they both been leaders for you and the other young receivers?
They've been leaders just in multiple ways, whether I call them, we're in there in the film room together, we're on the jugs. I'm asking them about this route, how I can run it better. I'm asking them how I run this route on this play, just many different things. I feel like those guys, they're like big brothers, and all they've done is help me.
How valuable is that to have, guys that are, that have played a lot of football but also been in college for a while, so where, you could ask them various things about college life, about football. How valuable have they been?
It's real valuable for sure, because they're first-round pick guys. So I feel like just being in a room with those guys, and if you're able to thrive with those guys, something's going good for you.
What have your impressions been of the quarterbacks, and I guess specifically Tavian, who's another freshman coming in with you? What have you kind of known about him and learned about him in these last couple of weeks?
I always had a good relationship with Tavian. He recruited me hard to come here, so I feel like we always talked, and he came here and he's been doing his thing. They've all been doing their thing. And Julian's saying he's another Cali kid, so I had a little relationship with him too. So good to see Julian, Lincoln, and Tavian all doing real good.
What does that next step for you look like, in terms of evolution of your game? What do you want to get better at as spring practice comes to a close here?
Really just everything. I feel like you can never be too perfect, and I feel like you just got to keep doing your job. So I say maybe just showing up more and just doing my job to the T.
Going against these corners and these DBs, how has that kind of made you better in these last couple of weeks? Because they're pretty talented.
In high school, I had a 5-star corner, Dijon Lee. He's at Alabama, so I always had good work with corners. So I feel like it's just a lot. I'm going against a lot of good guys now instead of it just being one-on-one at practice with Dijon. So it's real good for sure.
Does it take more courage to play in the slot than outside?
Say it again, please.
Does it take more courage to play in the slot than outside?
What do you mean by that?
Because there's more stuff. There's bigger hitters inside.
Mm-hmm.
You have to have. You've got to be aware of it, but it does take more courage to do that.
I guess you could say that. I feel like I've just always played slot, and I feel like that's what I've been better at. So I feel like it's just what I have to do, to be honest. So no matter who's in front of me, how big he is, how strong he is, I feel like if I got an assignment, I got to do it. Thank you. Thank you.
It's definitely just as I imagined, man. It's gotta be. The reason I came here is not because it's easy, but because it's hard. I got people pushing me every day, wanted to see me be great, and that's just part of being a Buckeye. It's been amazing. There's been some transitioning, playing quarterback. I was like 6 months ago, I was playing quarterback in high school, and now I play receiver. So it's like the transition has been a little rough at first, but Coach Hart is doing a great job of teaching me stuff, and I'm just learning a lot. I'm getting better every day. I would just say literally learning how to play receiver, honestly. Just the little things that I didn't even think about as quarterback, like the footwork and just coming out of breaks and just like catching the ball like properly, and just I'd say so. Oh yeah, definitely. I grew up a Buckeye fan. Since I was like 8 years old. So being in uniform, and I never really thought, like, I was always cheered for the team, but I never really like positioned myself that I could be playing for them. And now that I am, it's just like a dream come true.
What have been some of those little things that you have had to pick up that Coach Hartline has kind of helped you along with? You mentioned the footwork. What other kind of things have you just kind of had to learn about the nuances of the position?
Honestly, like, yeah, probably just like using my length and just using my big body. I have a big frame, and just like sometimes I can just use my body to like create separation, and just like playing big is big.
You're learning a new position, but what ways do you think that experience playing quarterback helps you now for playing receiver?
Oh yeah, so it's definitely it helps with like the plays, and like just as a quarterback, I had to account for like everybody on, like, I got to know the routes, the count, and like what's the O-line doing, and I feel like it's made it easier for me since I'm only learning like the receiver. And just one thing, I feel like I pick up the playbook a lot better. Oh yeah, he's definitely learned. Definitely the upper class has done a great job of helping me, especially Cardinal Tate. And they've really just given me like little pointers and stuff that I feel like have elevated my game already.
Coach Hartline mentioned yesterday that Cardinal has really stepped up as a leader. How have you seen that so far this spring?
Yeah, just like during like whenever I need like have trouble like remembering something, like, I just go up to him and he knows like every play, every little detail, and he just helped me with that. And if I ever like need help like with footwork or something, he'll come out and help me, and just like whatever I need, he's there.
When you are making that transition to a new position, do you have to kind of be patient and realize it's going to be a process that takes time?
Oh yeah, definitely. Coach Hart told me that at the beginning. Like, he played quarterback in high school too, and he had to make a transition to receiver here at Ohio State, and just he's helped me. It's gonna be rough at first, but he has to push me to get me to where I need to be.
Think back and just like your upbringing, coming from, after being over here. How did all you get fall
Oh yeah, I feel like it's definitely made me like tough and like not afraid of like new change and just like willing to just adapt to my environment.
What was it like for you coming in here as a freshman and getting to see this team go win a national championship those first few weeks here?
It definitely was a high motivator, you know. Being a freshman, it wasn't really my team though, so like I didn't really get it. So that makes it like push me like that once when it's my turn. I got to put in the work, and I want to be the same position, but with a ring on my finger.
What did you learn from those guys just about what you need to do to have a chance to go accomplish what they did?
I say you just gotta don't let the past like affect you, like, and just you gotta relentless. You gotta be relentless. You gotta put in the work. It's not easy at all by any means, and it's gonna be hard, but you gotta put everything into it.
What do you view as like the best attributes of your game that you're going to bring to this team?
I would just say my size, my speed. I feel like I can take the top off the defense, and I can play tough and physical.
What has the last year been like when you think back to kind of where you were at this time last year? You didn't even have an OSU offer at this point. What has the last kind of year been like for you as you've gone from a player that was kind of going through the process to committing to Ohio State to making the transition to receiver? Just how has this last year kind of changed you?
It's definitely changed a lot because I was always my sophomore year I was hurt, and in my junior year I got hurt during track, so I wasn't able to I wasn't highly recruited or anything. And this time last year is like when my recruitment really picked up, and it's just been crazy. Like one step after another, like people just believe in me. I've peaked in my corner, my coaches, everything. They've just given me the motivation to keep going.
What has your relationship been like with Tavian? Obviously, you guys, two in-state kids, you come in together. I'm sure you work with him a little bit. What is that like?
Oh yeah, it's definitely been good. Before I even got Ohio State offer, and before I even knew who he was exactly, I actually threw with them a couple times in Fontaine. Yeah, I was just working with. I knew his head coach, and he invited me to come and run routes, and I actually ran routes for Tavian before I even knew who he was exactly. And then when we first came in here, we had a lot more. We got together, us the freshman class, and just throwing and just working on everything. And he's definitely got a nice arm.
This quarterback room that you guys have is obviously pretty talented. How has that kind of helped you along in your progression from transition?
The cornerback?
The cornerback.
Yeah, they're definitely talented. And you say, as I always say, iron sharpens iron. And they make it hard for you. And just when you're playing this high level of competition practice, like you go on the game and be like, why is this easier than the practice? And it really just builds on itself.
Has there been a moment that you kind of looked at it and went, oh wow, okay, this is difficult. This is something that I guess like a welcome to college football kind of moment. You know what I'm saying? Like, has there been kind of like a moment where you kind of realized, oh wow, these guys are really good at the secondary?
Oh yeah, just like when I just first in high school, I would just take some reps in at receiver just because. Yeah, I just had speed, I had catching abilities, I could create separation, and I come to college, well, everybody's fast, everybody's big, so you gotta find new ways to get open and just really force yourself to higher IQ.
All right, BP, thank you.
Thank you.